We are now back in session. Okay. So that's my basic question: is before we expend resources, not necessarily money, but the resources of our attorney, our staff, the staff of the county, the Andrew Museum. How much did they pay you, by the way, Alan? The Andrew Museum.
We're volunteering. Sorry.
Okay. And if you
Alan
quit,
actually has to pay to participate.
if the I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. But if the members of the Andrew Museum board resigned, what would happen? I honestly don't know. I don't know that you do either. Because I don't think you get paid enough, Alan, for this. And if the museum can't afford an attorney, Alan, who do you think will cover it for the museum? You don't have to answer that. I won't ask you to answer that.
We sometimes may be lucky to bring in $250 in a year in donations.
So outside of the grant, a typical year of donation income for the Andrew Museum is $250.
Around that.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I derailed there. But to what end, again, is the question, is whether or not we want to ask the museum to vacate. We have an absolutely not, a presumably no. I'm sorry, I didn't ask you.
Absolutely
No,
not.
a no, and an I don't know. So if we considered that a majority, it's not an action, just a thought process. The other actions are to censure myself or to censure Ms. Harmon. Regardless of what is found in any of it, Steve, I'm sorry, but as a board of commissioners, we simply don't have authority to do any more than that, except to turn things over to an entity that would, like the state or the county,
Or the DOJ.
who has either decided not to investigate or has conducted an investigation or are currently conducting an investigation. Although I think the museum,
I know of no one that is doing
your stuff
an
is done.
investigation.
I am still being
at this
investigated,
point. Okay.
for the record, by the licensing board.
And on the record, I did not submit anything to the license.
No, you send it to the state and they trickle it down and it's fine. It's not a big deal. Accountability. I'm being investigated by the licensing board. I think that was in the paper too.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so this board can do whatever it likes, and that's the case for anything. The question I would ask is this massive expenditure of resource and time worth vacating the museum or censuring me? And I'm not trying to create a catchphrase when I say it, but I'm okay if you guys want to censure me. I will write the censure and have it ready for the November agenda. And I could do all the boilerplate and I can leave the blanks and you guys could fill them in and we can give Mr. Coates and the Andrew Museum some relief. We can allow Dan to do, in my opinion, more important legal things for our town with the time that he has, because you do work for other towns also. We don't pay you enough. You are not Town of Andrew's full-time on-site attorney. And I know already that you've got other things to do. You can censure me, and I will make that as simple as I possibly can. And that's up to you. We can it's totally at your discretion with the subpoenas, and we can go down that path. But if it's going to end there or not, I'm just saying it can end there. And that's up to you guys. Obviously, there's not a motion to be made on that. We're discussing the subpoenas. Is there any other discussion of subpoenas?
More discussion as I say we go to a vote.
All right, so the motion tonight would be to direct the attorney to write subpoenas. Do you need a different action for us to approve those, or is the action for you to write these sufficient?
With what we discussed previously, I think I've got what I need.
Personally, I
if
would want to
directed
review
to
them
do
after
so.
they're written,
I'm happy to do that.
especially given that I'm involved in some of them.
if you want me to draft the subpoenas and bring them back to the board for review, I can certainly do that. as
Oh.
well.
Are we gonna get a
I thought we said
consensus,
we
or are
weren't.
we gonna have to come back and vote?
Well,
It's just kicking the can down the road, because if we have to wait.
welcome to
come back-
government. You know,
I know, exactly. So if we've gotta come back to vote on it and everything, by that time, I mean, we're gonna be off the board. And we would like to have
She said
answers
we.
for our constituents that are asking the question.
She said we.
It's, again, it's up to the board. I mean,
Well, the other board members are the ones that are involved in this, Chevelle.
personally, I want to review them before I had you send them, and I can't do that tonight. So I would take
I'm
exception
happy
to.
to send them to the board to review.
And if I am opposed to one, then I guess it wouldn't matter because it's still a majority. Or would it hit the
Yeah.
agenda again? Or
I think a consensus of the majority of the board would probably be sufficient, since if you vote to authorize me to issue them tonight.
Okay.
Can I ask, was there an amendment that the museum would only provide minutes to meetings? I thought that's what I heard Ms. Hawley say, that she only needed to see. I'm just
Yeah,
looking for
I
clarification.
do want clarification on what
Okay.
We've got the other information from the county. So that would clear up a lot of the bids, the receipts, and stuff like that. I still say about text messages, because I want to find out who all was involved. But if you can disclose the minutes.
No.
Yeah, no, otherwise, I will not feel comfortable without hiring a lawyer, because I'm just a layman. And I dealt with the state, and I dealt with the county for the museum, and I can't do it again. It took hours and hours of canceled checks, the stuff. They have it all. So if you're going to ask for, I mean, all I'm saying is if you're going to ask for more than that, I feel that we will have to hire a lawyer, because I feel like I'm a witness on a stand now, and
I'm
and
sorry
not
for that.
just being asked questions. So I don't think any of you would move forward without hiring a lawyer for yourself either.
Guys, you all chime in on this.
I know.
I'm
I feel
okay
like
with
you're.
the minutes.
I thank you. These people are
I'm
saying
okay.
nothing.
I'm okay with, no, I have asked questions, but I'm okay with the minutes if she's fine with that. Because this was originally her request.
But Steve, you
I
have an
not,
individual
I have
vote
not
on
been
the
a
board.
party to all of these transactions.
But
is
you
why
were
I
appointed
had
to the
questions.
board for an individual
Okay.
opinion and decision.
And-
you can't just
and-
say I wasn't here, so I'm going to vote however they vote.
No,
It's not
no. That's not
effective
what I said. I said
governance.
that this was her request.
So if I had
If
something
she
to the
wants to-
agenda, you
if
would
she
vote
wants-
whatever I said.
It depends.
Okay.
If she wants to amend the motion for the minutes, I don't see any reason why not to, as long as, if there's other questions come up, you're amicable and willing to converse back and forth.
Well, we're talking about
That's
issuing
what
a
I was,
subpoena. If
that's
I was
what I
out,
was
I
told
wouldn't-
before, that there was never any discussion.
Steve, let me ask you a question. If you find the text message,
Do you want to use the microphone, sir?
Do please.
find the text message from Chevelle to Elizabeth. Elizabeth's not here anymore. She's down the road, okay? And Elizabeth told you to go ahead and hire who you wanted to and forget the others.
Elizabeth ain't told me nothing.
I'm just saying. What are you gonna do about it? There's nothing criminal there.
There is nothing to do.
The state guys has said it's over. The county says it's over. Okay, whether or not he's got the money to hire an attorney or not, that's not the point. You guys are forgetting the facts. You run businesses here and you live here. You don't want to walk down the street and everybody turn their heads at you. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, a vote's coming up, you know, it's going to be what it is. But I think it should be over. He's already admitted that he made a mistake. He says he'd never do it again. I believe that. If you're going to do anything, which I don't even see it's necessary, but if you're going to do anything, censor the man, censor him tonight, and be done with it. And let everybody go back their own way.
Okay.
I mean, that's my opinion. That's only my opinion. You know, do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the way I feel. There's nothing else you can get out of this.
Okay.
I mean, that's just the way I feel. It's
I would also want to point out that on the Tuesday morning meeting where this investigation was started, I had a folder filled with the same stuff that the museum. I mean, all of our estimates, invoices. I called the county attorney like the day before, Monday, and I said, I am so sorry, but we have a meeting at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and I would like you to be there with all of your documentation to answer questions from the board. And he sat right there, and I had to apologize to him because he spent more time driving here than the meeting lasted with a dossier of all the paperwork and to justify the decision and to describe their investigation into the grant. And nobody is trying to hide that. It was all right here. I don't have it with me tonight, or I would give it to you. And so, again, it's resources. I could give a statement. Alan and I did not collude to, I don't know, cut me a check for $100,000, and I would paint some stuff, and we would call it a big remodel, and and then we would go to Mexico or something on vacation. It was a very detailed estimate, line by line. It grew as our work progressed. I was asked to remodel that whole place, build new furniture, restore original pieces, build new pieces that match the old pieces. And hey, since we're here and we love the town, the depot floors need to be repaired, and there's glass on the building even outside of the museum that needs to be repaired. And so, yes, I said I would be happy. And I will tell you, I will tell the world that I am extremely proud of the work that I did myself by my own hand. My wife, hold on, I appreciate that, but I'm not finished. My wife, who designed all of that for free, we did not get paid $10,000 for those drawings. We do not charge for any drawings on any job ever unless we don't get the job. That's fair. We figure that we cover our time. Any job that we get, we don't ever charge for any drawings, because how else are we supposed to sell a job to someone without showing what it would look like in 2025? It's not 1972 and we're sketching it. That's a service we provide for free. My family, the subcontractors, local, licensed, insured subcontractors who did that remodel in a month flat because Alan said, we want to be open for crepe myrtle. And Alan kind of dragged his feet on, Alan, I can't do anything till you guys sign it. I can't do anything until you guys sign it. And then we went and we did it in 3 weeks flat. I was there every single day working myself, which was not on that estimate. The time I spent calling the Postal Service historian, the Smithsonian, finding the missing doors to the post office, going through catalogs printed in 1942 of molding designs to match the pieces for the box. That's not anything I charged for. You can't charge for that, not from my own town. And what an honor it was to be selected to do the work in my town's museum, whether I'm mayor or not, was inconsequential to how I feel about the opportunity and the effort and the time that I and everyone around me poured into that place. There is not a person in this country that would do a better job there for $20,000 more than I did or less, because it was my gift to this town, and I was happy, so happy, and I still am, even through all of this, have not lost any pride in any of the effort that was put into that, because I think it's amazing, and I think the people who volunteer to preserve those items, to interview people so it's not forgotten, to republish books that are thick with the history of the people in this town for nothing, on an income that is typically $250 a year. thank you for letting me be a part of that. That's what I want to say.
And we couldn't have done it without you. Nobody would have done that work for even the full $100,000 of the grant that we were given. We couldn't have found anyone to do
All right, I'll get off my soapbox. I'm sorry. So we need to decide if we're going to move forward with a motion to direct Dan to issue the subpoenas we have discussed, right?
Let's start with that.
Okay. Any further discussion? Then I'll entertain a motion.
You.
Sorry?
Why not? I'm taking the heat already. I make a motion that we subpoena the request for the documentation that we request.
I don't know if you're in the microphone.
I make a motion that we subpoena for the Board of Commissioners' ongoing investigation, as we've stated during our time up here.
Is that okay? You have to tell
Yeah,
us. I don't know.
I think so. So I'm clear. What I understand the remaining issues to be after the discussion is from the museum, meeting minutes and agendas,
Mhm.
and then the texts and emails that were discussed in the first paragraph.
And really, the subpoena, I mean, that, I don't know if I would use subpoena because we could do a public request for all of
Well-
the emails and everything for the commissioners, the mayor, you know?
Well, we could do that.
Yeah, I mean,
if it's
to
town
be honest with you,
emails, we have those.
Yeah. so that would be, yeah.
So in lieu of subpoenas, we would ask Mr. Coates in good faith
The minutes.
to present the minutes
Mhm.
and anything else you feel is relevant. If we're just
Exactly.
asking you on your word, would you provide anything you have that is relevant to any of this museum issue?
I certainly didn't. Everything that I worked so hard to put together for the state
Yeah.
and for the county is what there is to give you. Did I have to provide them minutes to our meetings? No, I did not. They did
Okay.
not ask for anything like that.
Okay.
So
We
if you're
can-
asking for that, I have no problem absolutely giving, because the
Thank
other
you.
stuff, it can be.
Yeah,
So-
we can get the other stuff from the
and the
county.
state.
Yeah.
Okay. So
But if you will give us the
and
minutes.
that's a simple public
Yeah,
record request.
That's right.
Let's do it,
So
get
just-
done with it and be done with it.
So-
Absolutely.
Just the minutes from the museum.
hmm
Okay. What about
And then
Wait,
everything else.
Wait, so we are
subpoena.
doing a subpoena or are we not? I'm so
No, for number
No.
one. For number one.
number one.
I would say no subpoena.
no subpoena.
Everything else.
So I'm clear.
We're not clear. It's clear
I
as
know,
mud.
That's why I'm asking. Who and what are we subpoenaing?
Dan, aren't you supposed to be taking notes?
I have,
I'm-
but we've changed a bunch.
It has.
Yeah.
That's
And
fine.
it will
We're near
continue
the
to.
we're near the
It
end of
has.
this, so we're at the final clarification now.
She just made a motion.
I stand by my motion.
Well, and I wanted clarification on that motion as to exactly what.
What we stated
So,
when we went, I
it
went
was
by
the-
item by
Okay.
item. That's what I'm making the motion on.
Okay,
So
so,
now-
just
so
so
she's-
we're all clear, what
She's
I
gone back,
understand
and
that
it's
to
no
be.
longer.
We can, but I amend what about number one, about the minutes.
Okay, so we're not subpoenaing anything from the museum, or we are subpoenaing the minutes.
Or we're subpoenaing only the minutes from the museum.
And you're saying
Or we
you
could,
would-
or we
could
could
make a
just
public
we said we
request
could do
for
a public
that
record
public
request.
request.
I would make a public request for the, yeah,
Okay,
without
so
Yeah.
subpoena being
'Cause nobody
served
wants
on
to
the
give-
museum at all.
Is there
nobody
anything
wants
that
to get rid of the museum.
is there anything you want from the museum that is not public record requestable?
I don't have any text messages, and I mean I don't have it. So you can subpoena if you want. But
Well, when we do
That wasn't a
it,
question for you. That was for
when
them.
we
No,
do
I'm
a
hearing
public
They're
request,
only asking for
when we do a
minutes from the
public
museum.
request, even if it's on our personal phone, if it has anything to do with the town, they have to divulge it, right?
anything you
Well,
do.
yeah, the county. I
the-
mean, the county filters that. That's out of the county gives everything because we use Harnett County IT, so all of our town emails are run through the county. They manage
Right.
it, and
But
so
if-
it
But
is
if
public
we
record.
utilize,
Yeah.
if we utilize our phones doing texts and stuff like that to do town business, you did say
That's correct.
that has to be divulged.
Correct.
Okay.
Any town business. The museum is not town business.
Well,
The MOU was.
yeah. So
Right.
a public record, though,
You're not just going to ask me for my phone. I'm sorry. It's just not
No,
going to
no.
happen.
it would not be
No.
your entire phone. It would be if you have any text messages about the museum grant bidding process or related.
So I need clarification for that too. A text message from me to Alan, where it is me as mayor conducting town business to contract at the museum. Or are we subpoenaing my private company for its dealings with a client that is my private company now town business? Because if
when
I hire
wrote
an attorney,
down-
they're going to ask this, and it could
Yeah.
delay the whole thing when it's,
Right. What I have written down is email and text messages regarding museum grant and bidding process from.
Can I just,
I
please,
tried already.
Please.
To adjust.
please. Why? Like, the town is so full of opportunity and exciting things and new people and good people who care about the town. And I'm so sad that we, as a collective, because you all represent all of us right now, that this is, wow, we're wasting staff's time, we're wasting the community's time. I mean, truthfully, I'm so sorry that this is the most important thing. Can we not, what would it take for us to just let this go? What would it take? I mean, I want to know why. Do you want me to grovel? I will. I will. I don't.
Did you say anything?
We have so much more important things to do. Y'all haven't called me since January.
It goes
this
both
is-
ways.
It's. Please,
We tried calling you. I've even tried meeting with you.
no, you
Yes.
haven't.
Oh,
Laura.
yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes,
Can
I
we
did.
just agree to disagree about this? That we all don't agree with the way maybe it happened, but hindsight's 2020. We've learned a lesson. Let's move forward, which I think was the initiative with the MOU and procurement. Was that we learned from what happened and that we don't like what happened, and so let's fix it. Certainly, any time that you find a problem, you want to resolve it. One of the most detrimental things that any organization can say is, well, we've always done it this way, right? So if we find a problem, we want to resolve it. Please, can we?
For what it's worth, for the record, and I'll say it so the statement's out there because it might help you understand. The museum approached me to do it because on a professional level, I've helped Mr. Coates with some jobs professionally. He's aware of the work that I do, which is why I was approached. And initially we said no, but Courtney will draw this for you for free, and we will help you to find some contractors. And we were asked again, and I said no.
He didn't
and
want to do it.
So the third time, I think, I called Dan, I called Elizabeth, I called Tom Carruthers, who is the head legal counsel of the North Carolina League of Municipalities, and I asked, am I allowed to do this work? And the answer was, there's nothing here that says you can't. Now, legally speaking, there was no reason I couldn't take this job. At the time, I was questioned, why didn't I notify the Board of Commissioners? And my first response was defensive. And my wife can attest that my first response sometimes is defensive. And I lashed out at board members at that time for even wanting to question my private business dealings. As it progressed, I could understand that, yes, the board probably would have wanted to know, and the board probably would have asked questions and probably if I had done it the right way, or would this board would want to have seen, would have the blessing of the town and move forward, and we wouldn't be here. I did not intentionally do anything wrong or to hide from this board. I did not hide it from the town. If you drove through town, you saw my truck. You saw me. I was not hiding that job. I loved that job.
And
I would absolutely do it differently now, knowing that.
I think we both would. That's not.
Yes.
That's the point we're trying to make. And
Was
can I
there
also
malicious
say
intent?
There was one other sidebar. It was a sub A. If you don't go with bids, you have to find a proven, known contractor that you can show the expertise of their work and qualifications. That's another thing that we looked at.
And the town does that too,
And
qualification
it was
based.
the biggest part of the consideration that not only me, but one of my other board members had used that company to do work and could not have. We highly recommended them. And we were thankful. I don't think, and I told the county and the state, if you had to get 3 bids for the roof on your house or a new engine in your car, and you were told that you had to take the lowest bid, regardless of their qualifications, I don't get it, but that is what the stipulation was saying. But I also, so really, would you hire somebody that wasn't qualified to do the work? And we've had it happen here, where we have had to use people that put in a lowest bid and went back and then awarded it to somebody else, thank goodness. But just to clarify, there was another point there in the contract, and I guess that was
Alan, would I hire you to manage a grant for me? Look, I like you, but respectfully, no. You have admitted you innocently have handled this one wrong, and you have taken accountability for that. You certainly have. I take accountability for not giving what this board would have wanted as far as awareness and perhaps some say in it. That was my takeaway, was certainly nothing illegal, certainly nothing malicious or to hide something. It was a mistake, but I'm still proud of the work that's done, because this will go away by next year. All of this is going to go away by next year. But that work we did there will last hopefully a long time, hopefully long past when you are able to be the president. And hopefully, after all of this, somebody will be willing to step up and do it.
and with that, we could use all the help we can get. So consider
Yeah, well, maybe
volunteering for
it
us.
might be a little raw to ask that now, because I wouldn't sign up for it.
To get us back, Commissioner Hawley, would you be open to retracting your motion and moving on from this as a town?
No. No.
Okay.
No.
Why?
No, because you know what? I have
Say
had
it.
people go and accuse me of all this stuff. So let all the information come out. Let all the information. No, not all of it is. So until we get everything, I'm sorry. I told some of my constituents that I'm going, and I know y'all gonna say, well, she says that all the time. Don't really care. I took an oath. It's not the majority. That's exactly. I have a motion on the floor. You just go to vote.
Would you be okay with just having public requests to get everything done and get what we need?
If you want to do it like a public request, that's fine. I'll meet you halfway, but I want the information.
Okay. You okay with that?
Is that verbiage better, Chevelle?
Will you just retract your motion and allow Jim to make a new one? Or do you want to amend your motion?
I'll amend my motion because I'm getting irritated. I will amend. You know, y'all want transparency, but it's only one side that wants it. when the other side were, asked for and everything, we don't get it. We have people come in here because I'm going to be honest with you. Donald Gregory's thing, we've had people from the public that have called us, they have emailed us, they have threatened us.
Did you report it to the police?
Huh? I don't know I wasn't threatened.
Oh.
Okay, I wasn't threatened, but other commissioners were.
Did they report it to the
Okay,
Jen,
I
were
don't
you threatened?
I
Did
was
you report it?
stalked. I
Because
mean,
criminal's
okay.
criminal.
Who was? You go and see. You go and tell that I stalked you. I went over to your house to talk to you.
Can we?
How is that stalking, Chevelle? Because I went over there one time to talk to you
Can we just?
because I was trying to be cordial.
Can we just go back?
Okay.
So
See, you all don't even know me. You all just go under the assumptions because of what you hear from everybody else.
All right. I'm gonna.
So the motion is on the motion that I'm going to make. Okay, I amend that the motion is to request a public request by the Board of Commissioners. Now, is this just me doing this, or is it going to be a team effort? I mean, I don't know anymore. Okay. I'm taking all the heat. I'm taking all the heat.
Go ahead and complete.
Beth, no, I am not the only one that's spearheaded this, okay?
Please.
I'm not.
If y'all can't do this, right, about a little museum over here, how is us as a town, as citizens, supposed to trust y'all with the other stuff that's going on when y'all trying to take stuff from us and do other stuff like that? So if you can't get it with this and this issue, and we got stuff in our minds thinking that y'all are trying to do stuff under the cover or it's a conflict or however you're trying to do it, how do you expect us to say yes?
I will answer that. I want you to, if you feel as we're doing something under the cover, my phone number is on every one of my signs. My phone number is public. Please call me and discuss whether or not there's something being done behind the scenes.
How are we supposed to trust y'all with things outside of something like this, especially when it comes to our property, our land, and y'all and coming to us, harassing us about stuff that we have, when y'all can't even get your own stuff in order.
Well, when you say harass, who's harassed a constituent?
When you constantly get notes and letters and knocks on the door,
Oh, you're talking about the town.
I'm talking.
Are you talking about the individual commissioners? That's what I want
No,
clarified.
I'm not. I'm just making an example.
Okay.
How are we supposed to look at that as something that's nice and a courtesy when y'all can't even get y'all to act together doing what you're doing here about what's going on with this music? What is this? That don't make no sense. I don't know what this means. Because I'm not here for this what y'all got going on. Because it's bigger stuff in the town than needs to be handled. Right, but at the same time, if there's something going on, they need to fix. They need to fix.
Yeah, I think we're taking public comment.
Listen, guys, I used to sit up there, and I've known LaRue Holly for over 20 years. Okay, she was my wife's best friend. Okay, y'all, okay, but y'all see her one side of her, I see another. Okay, I think we're kicking the can down the road. I'm sorry, LaRue, you know I love you, but I don't think you're gonna get the votes tonight. I think we should go to vote, and let's be done with it. I really do.
I'm all right. I'm all right with going to vote.
Yeah, I think we should vote. I don't think you're gonna get the votes. I'm sorry.
Well,
For
I
you.
You know what? Like I can tell my constituents, I
yeah,
tried.
I know. I will. We'll.
I know.
That's I
All right.
tried.
All right. So look, from this point on, we are not going to allow public comment anymore. All right. We didn't have to. We did. I think everyone has said what they need to say. Mr. Coates, thank you.
Thank you, Alan.
So I would appreciate, honestly, let's not have any more interruption so we can get through this. I thank you guys in advance for that. You were presenting an amended motion, would you mind please to continue presenting that or
To do a
start
public
over?
request for the Board of Commissioners on the ongoing investigation, the stuff that we suggested that you investigate or you inquire about. Can you do that, Dan, on the information that you have? And
So the request would be to direct the town attorney to
To
on
just-
on behalf of the Board
The
of
Board of
Commissioners
Commissioners.
to submit public record requests for as much of this information as you could.
Yes, I can do that. So I'm clear. The things that I had written down that I think were left based on the discussions that we've had, and I think we've decided that we're not going to be subpoenaing anything from the county or the museum. Am
no,
I
the
correct?
minutes would be
The- okay.
suffice for
And
the
because they're
museum.
going to provide the minutes, we're not, are we issuing a subpoena or are we not, or
No.
we're doing a
No.
public record request for that? Okay. And the other thing I have written down that we discussed was emails and text messages regarding the museum grant and bidding process from March 1st, 2024 to present from Mayor Yusnes, Commissioner Harmon, and former Town Manager Krieg.
Which the county included in their investigation.
Say that again?
With the when the county did their grant investigation, those emails
Yeah,
Okay.
would have been in there,
Well,
and
then-
presumably would be public record requestable
exactly.
through that.
Because that's what
Okay.
they're going to send us anyway.
So we can do a public record request to the county for their file on this?
And I'm sure they would get. I mean, he brought it with him. I'm sure they would. They
Okay.
would turn over what they could there.
All right, so we'll do a public record request to the museum for the meeting minutes and agendas, and we'll do a public record request to the county for any, for their file on the Andrew Museum bidding process.
Mm-hmm. And for the contract and agreements, the lease agreements between the town and the museum, I'm pretty sure that the
We have
town.
those.
We can
Yes.
provide that, so we would
Yeah.
direct town staff to help us
So
compile
pretty
that.
much, I mean, instead of it being a subpoena, a public request.
Okay.
And that makes sense. You
Yeah, that.
would do
that
the paperwork
is
on behalf of the
Easy,
board.
I can do that.
I mean, as long
Okay,
as. I
all
mean,
those in favor?
And time out. Alan, on good faith, you said it in front of everybody. You will release the minutes. Oh, absolutely. Okay. Because I think that's what a lot of people were complaining about. I know, but we have you on record. Thank you.
All right. Is there any
All right.
further discussion of
That's
this
the
motion?
motion, then I got it.
All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed? It's 3-1. All right. Look, I'm going to read you guys' birthdays and events because it's like my favorite part of this. First of all, staff reports are in the agenda, as they are always. Is there any staff who would like to bring up something fun and interesting?
Nothing more fun than subpoenas.
Okay. Anyone from the board? Do they have anything to?
We have
I
one
know,
lady that raised
otherwise-
her hand.
Well, I
Public comments
apologize,
are
Ms.
over.
Castles.
We're not- no more.
We're not going to.
We'll catch you after, okay, Miss Lynn? Please.
Just procedurally speaking, I think we'll just move forward. But
Okay.
all right, any board members that have any of their own announcements? This is your time. Free speak. All right, staff birthdays. Captain Adams, who is retired, but he still counts to me. He's got a birthday this month. Cadet Atkins from Andrew Police Department, Kyle Crane in the Water Sewer Department, Sergeant Rose, Andrew Police Department, and Officer Telez, Andrew Police Department, have got birthdays in October. So happy birthday, guys. We have staff hire anniversaries. Officer Arnold with the Andrew Police Department has been here 3 years. Officer Hawkins, Andrew Police Department, 1 year. Shannon Hodges, who is now in inspections, is technically 2 years. So he was here before, but he's a 2-year one now. Miss Sydney Prudy, who's in the planning department, 1 year, technically right now. Officer Serlick, Andrew Police Department, 2 years. Miss Cecilia Stevenson in finance, been here for 8. I have several events. I'll point them out as quickly as I can, guys. I know we're tired, but I think it's important. This Friday, October 10th, is the deadline to register to vote. If you have not already done so after the 10th, I'm not sure if you could vote if you're not already registered.
Nope.
Contact Board of Elections. I don't have those details. Saturday, Mr. Green mentioned it already, but there's a cancer walk this Saturday at 9 a.m. at Jack Marley Park. We'd love to see as many people as we can out there. I hope the weather's going to be nice to support that. Saturday, October 11th, the town is hosting, well, it's Gospel in the Park. And I do not recall at this time if that is town-sponsored or a private one. I apologize, but that'll be at the Depot, 2 p.m. Saturday, October 11th. Friday, October 17th, the Chamber of Commerce has got a ribbon cutting for Be Organic. It will be at 7160 Old Stage Road North at 12 p.m. Saturday, October 18th is a busy day. The town of Andrew has got our community yard sale at the Depot grounds at 8 a.m. The Andrew Museum has their Penny Social fundraiser. It's like an auction and a raffle. I had to Google it, but it looks fun. That will be in the Depot on Saturday, October 18th, with bidding and previewing from 8 to 11, and then the drawings will happen at 11. Also Saturday, October 18th, the All Candidates Meet and Greet, which is decidedly not a town-sponsored event. I've sponsored it. I've paid to rent the Depot. Will be in the Depot Saturday, October 18th at 4 to 6 p.m., where all the candidates have been invited. I did this 2 years ago. I think it was extremely valuable. It's not going to be a debate or a head-to-head. Simply, they will have been presented the opportunity to be in one place at one time for anyone that cares to meet them, discuss with them. Monday, October 20th, the Chamber has a ribbon cutting at Nils Mediterranean Cuisine, which is right here in downtown. Delicious. I think I've been like 9 times already. October 23rd, Thursday, the town of Andrew presents a Heads Up Penny Concert. Depot Grounds, 6:30 p.m. Friday, October 4th, Chamber ribbon cutting. Sunny Sips Lemonade will be held in the Town Hall parking lot at 4 p.m. Saturday, October 25th, the town of Andrew's Trunk or Treat, Jack Marley Park at 4 p.m. Get there as early as you can. It's a lot of fun. The line is long, but it moves quicker than you'd think, but it's a lot of fun. Friday, October 31st, the Chamber of Commerce has organized a small business trick-or-treat, which is in downtown, the businesses in downtown Andrew, and that's a lot of fun, too. That's 4 p.m. on Halloween itself, that Friday. Saturday, November 1st, town of Andrew is doing our second annual Dia de los Muertos at the Depot grounds. That starts at 12 p.m. That was a lot of fun. Last year, I would encourage you to come out and enjoy that. Tuesday, November 4th is Election Day. All day. There are parts of Andrew that are in Wake County. There are parts of Andrew that are in Harnett County. There are no parts of town of Andrew that are in Johnston County that I'm aware of. So while you may have an Andrew address, it does not necessarily mean you are in town limits and can vote. If you live in Wake County, you'll vote at a Wake County site. If you live in Harnett County, you'll vote here at the elementary school. Again, don't count on me for this. Contact Board of Elections. If you have any questions, they would be happy to help you. And because of Election Day, our next Board of Commissioners meeting will be moved to the next day, which is Wednesday, November 5th, will be our next official Board of Commissioners meeting. I want to close this down similar to kind of how I started it with Mr. Weatherspoon, which is this job is really hard. It is often thankless. And I want to personally thank every member that sits on this board right now, every member forever that has served for this town before me, everybody who has ever even filed to run for one of these seats, whether they made it or not, and all the people who have decided to step up right now. It is service work. You have to love the town to do it. It pays money. I got a raise this year to $8,000 a year, and I have paid my attorneys more than that as of April. So you have to love the town. It's not for the money. So thank everybody. If nobody has anything to add, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
All those in favor, raise your right hand. We are adjourned.
Ma'am,